Right now, somewhere in the world, there's a software engineer sitting in a small apartment. No fancy degree, no big tech company on his resume, making $85,000 a year. And 3 miles away from him, there is another software engineer, same job title, same country, same language, making $1.98 million per year, flat, same title, a completely different universe. In this video, I'm going to walk you through every single level of a software engineer's career, the real salaries, what you actually do each day, how long it takes to level up, and the one brutal truth that separates the engineers who stay at 85,000 from the ones who eventually break $1 million. The setup. Most people think software engineering is simple. You learn to code, you get a job, you get paid. But here's what nobody tells you when you start. This career has a hidden ladder, 7 levels deep, and the difference between level 1 and level 7 is not just years of experience. It's a completely different type of human being. I spent weeks going through levels.fyi, Glassdoor, and real engineering salary reports. Every number you hear in this video is real, no fluff. No motivation quotes, just the raw truth of this career, level by level. Intern and junior engineer. Level 1. This is where everyone starts. You're either an intern, or you just got your first real job as a junior engineer at a regular company, not a tech giant. You're making somewhere between $50,000 and $85,000 a year. You're writing code, but someone else is deciding what to build. Your job at this level? Don't break things. Learn fast. Stay out of the way. But here's the first thing that will shock you. If you land a junior role at Google, Meta, or Apple right out of college, you're already making $140,000. Same level, same experience, almost double the pay. That gap, right from day one, is the first lesson of this video. In software engineering, who you work for matters more than what you do. At level 1, you are learning the rules of the game. The engineers who move fast, they obsess over one thing, getting to level 2 as fast as humanly possible. Mid-level engineer. Level 2. The mid-level engineer. You survived your first 2 to 3 years. You know the code base. You know the team. Now you're making $110,000 to $160,000. And your job description has completely changed. You're not just writing code anymore. You own features end to end. From design to deployment. If something breaks at 2 a.m., your phone rings. But here's where most engineers hit their first invisible wall. At level 2, your coding skills are good enough, but nobody ever told you that getting to level 3 has almost nothing to do with coding. It's about influence, communication, making other people's work better. The engineers who figure that out, they're at level 3 in 2 years. The ones who don't, some of them are still at level 2 after 10 years. Senior engineer. Level 3. Senior engineer. This is where the money starts getting genuinely life-changing. We're talking $180,000 to $320,000 in total compensation. At this level, you are no longer just building things. You are making architectural decisions that affect the entire product. You are the person in the room who says, "We shouldn't build it that way," and people actually listen. But here's the brutal reality about level 3. Most software engineers never leave it. Not because they can't, but because it's comfortable. $300,000. Strong job security. Respected on your team. Why would you risk that to climb higher? The engineers who make it to level 4 answer that question differently. They're not comfortable. They want to change how the entire company builds software. Staff engineer. Level 4. Staff engineer. $400,000 to $700,000 per year. And I need to say something important here. Getting to staff is not about working harder than a senior. It is a fundamentally different job. A senior engineer owns a feature. A staff engineer owns the technical direction across multiple teams. If a staff engineer makes the wrong call on a system design, 50 engineers might spend 3 months building something that has to be completely thrown away. The responsibility at this level is immense. You are no longer measured by what you build. You are measured by what the entire organization builds because of your decisions. Less than 5% of engineers ever reach level 4, not because it's impossible, but because most people stop trying after level 3. Principal engineer. Level 5. Principal engineer. $600,000 to over $1 million per year. At this level, you are not managing people. You are managing the future. A principal engineer shapes the entire company's technical strategy. You speak directly to the CEO and the board. You decide what the engineering organization will look like in 5 years. And here's what truly separates principal from staff. A staff engineer solves problems that exist today. A principal engineer solves problems that haven't happened yet. This isn't a promotion you apply for on a form. This is a a level you have to be recognized for by the people who run the company. Distinguished Engineer/Fellow. Level 6. Distinguished Engineer, Technical Fellow, $1 million to $1.98 million per year. You want to know how many of these people exist at Google? Less than 100 in the entire company, out of over 100,000 employees. These are the engineers who didn't just build products, they built the infrastructure that everything else runs on. The person who invented MapReduce, the architect of Google's entire neural network system, the engineer who designed how billions of photos are stored and retrieved every second. At level 6, you don't interview for jobs. You don't send applications anywhere. Companies restructure entire departments to keep you. CTO/founder. Level 7. And this is the one almost nobody talks about, because there's a fork in the road above level 6. Path 1, you become a CTO, Chief Technology Officer, at a major company. The person who runs every engineer in $1 billion corporation. Salary starts at $2 million. Goes much higher with stock options and equity. Path 2, you stop working for someone else entirely. You build your own company. Elon Musk started as a coder. Bill Gates was writing software at 17 years old. The founders of Google, of Airbnb, of Stripe, all engineers first. At level 7, the salary number becomes irrelevant. Because you stop working for equity, you start owning it. The brutal truth. Here's the truth that took me a long time to understand. The skill that gets you from level 1 to level 3 is writing great code. But the skill that gets you from level 3 to level 6 has almost nothing to do with coding. It's the ability to make other engineers better, to see problems before they happen, to communicate ideas so clearly that the entire company moves in one direction. Most engineers spend their whole careers trying to become a better programmer. The ones who reach level 5 and 6, they became better thinkers. To hit 7 levels, from $85,000 to almost $2 million. Same career, same title, a completely different universe. So let me ask you, where are you right now? Level 1, still figuring things out? Level 3, comfortable but wondering what's above? Or are you already pushing towards stuff? Drop your level in the comments. I read every single one. And if you want to see the same breakdown for investment banking, where the numbers get even more insane, that video is right there. I'll see you there.